Good morning and welcome to Politics and Business Television here in the nation's capital. This is where politics meets business and, of course, real issues take center stage. Today, we are going to look at two stories or situation in Nigeria that shapes the nation. The first one is both of them actually are statements from different well-meaning Nigerians. The first one is a statement from the chairman of the APC Governors Forum, His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodimma, saying that Davido, the popular hip-hop or Afrobeat singer, should get ready to admit his uncle, Governor Adeleke of Osun State, in one of his music band. This is a statement, or rather a caricature statement, made by Hope Uzodimma. He also went ahead to say that Adeleke should expect a very imminent defeat come August 2026. You'll recall that August 2026 is when Osun will decide who is going to man, of course, the seat of the governor, throughout the next 4 years. Secondly is, of course, another very credible statement this time around from Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Sa Abubakar, who is the 20th, of course, Sultan of the throne that has lasted for over 200 years. That's 2 decades. He made a comment saying that community policing is very profitable in a fight against insecurity. Sir Abubakar III is a retired general, a well-seasoned officer and a soldier who understands the advantages and, of course, the rudiments of security. Joining me, to discuss through this very salient topics is no other person than Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu.
Good morning, Mr. CK. How are you doing?
I'm very fine, and you?
Praise be to God.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. We are beginning to approach the weekend.
Yes.
Looking forward to having some rest.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Muhammadu Saad Abubakar.
Yes.
He's a well-educated man. Of course, he's a graduate of. He went to Barawa College. Born August 24th, 19. I think it's about 69 years now. So August 24, and he's 69 years old. So you can do the maths. He's a retired brigadier general, and that means he understands what security is all about. And of course, the 20th Sultan, and of course, Sheikh Usman Danfodio, who is the founder of the throne where he occupies over 200 years now. And he's the 20th from the descendant of Sheikh Usman Danfodio.
Yes.
So now this shows that he is a man who understands everything that borders on security, spirituality, and humanity.
Exactly.
So he's a complete human being, a complete package who knows everything about humanity. So coming out to say that community policing is the right step in the right direction to combat this current insecurity that has bedeviled our community, I think is in order.
Of course. Even before he says that so many Nigerians have already made similar statement to that effect.
Yes.
And I think this is one area that we seem to overlook in our fight against security. We quite often rely on our military. We quite often rely on our other security agencies like the police, like the DSS, etc., etc. But if security has to be fought, in fact, the kind of security challenges we are facing, particularly in the north, you have to involve the communities, the people living within the communities, the youth, the imams, the pastors, these people, and particularly the youth of the communities. They know because all those crimes and banditry are being committed by youth like them. So they know the nooks and crannies where these crimes are committed. They have more information that can help the security agencies and security personnel and the military in combating this insurgency. But by the time you decide to relegate them to the backseat and say you just use your superior military intelligence and other things, you may win the fight against security, but it may take quite a long period of time before the achievable is made. achieved. So when the sultans come out to make such statement, I think he deserves to be listened to, and government needs to take proactive measures toward implementing whatever he says. Such traditional rulers, I think they have a very critical role to play, especially in the fight against security, because even if he's calling on security agencies to liaise hand in hand, work hand in hand with the communities, the traditional rulers are the head of the communities. Apart from the emirs, we have what we call the hakimis, that is translated to mean district heads. Then we have the anguas, then we have the local village chiefs, and then we even have what we call the dekachi, ward heads. So they are a network, they are a link. Information passes from the lower to the highest, and then the decisions are taken at the highest point of the traditional leadership. So it's very, very important, honestly speaking. The wealth of information these youths have about crimes taking place within the community is enormous.
So they can be very useful.
Exactly, and sometimes they are even afraid to come out and talk this thing because they will be they are afraid of being molested. They are afraid of being arrested. That's on the part of the security agencies, and then maybe attack on the part of the criminals that are responsible for all this banditry. But if officially they be invited and then they be incorporated into the fight against the banditry and insurgency, they will play a very, very critical role, and we will see results begin to manifest.
All right, August 15th is a very important day in the life of Osun State. As a state, the people of Osun will decide who is going to be their governor in the next 4 years.
After it's whether the
also the chairman of the chairman of the APC governor, also the chairman of the APC governors forum, and the head of the campaign team that is leading the delegation to deliver Osun State to APC as mandated by the party. We also saw a situation whereby the president, we heard that the president called on EFCC allegedly to withdraw the court order, to squash the court order seeking the freezing of what they call it, as the salary account of Osun State. This has also raised so many concerns too. That does the president have that power as a president to take such decision, a matter that borders on legality, because it was a court order? So some people are saying, well, how does that happen?
No, the president never said the freeze. He asked EFCC to return back to the court. He said, go back to the court and get another order from the court to defreeze the account. He did not give orders as to the effect to defreeze the account.
Yes,
he said, go back to the court, follow the same process you followed to defreeze the account, so that now to freeze the account to also defreeze the account.
Yeah, you are correct. You are only saying that there are some who are also raising concern that I thought the EFCC is also a body that is set aside, and maybe probably do they take orders from the president directly?
Why not? The president has every agency must take orders from the president now. Exactly. If they do wrong thing, that will tarnish the image of the government. Because as it is now, many people are allegedly looking as if the government is the one that directed such an action to take place. Of course, the president has, it is his government. His personality, his respect is at stake. Why are you tarnishing my image? In fact, I read it in He said this is not the right thing to do. It's a challenge to his candidacy.
So that the president
it's a tarnishing of his image.
The president has proven that he's a Democrat.
Exactly. He has to give them the orders. So now he has already cleared himself. People like me that are looking otherwise, and I think maybe is the one that is directing things, are now feeling ashamed. You understand? Of course, the president has the right to go back and do the right thing. This is not due process. Nigerian Bar Association already said that the directive by the EFCC, the decision by the EFCC to freeze Osun State government account is wrong, and they did not follow due process. This is against order. Do you understand? If NBA are saying, if other meaningful Nigerians are saying, if other opposition party leaders are saying, of course, the integrity of the president is at stake. He has the right to call them to order. Go back, follow the same channel you followed to freeze that account, to defreeze that account, because I did not ask you to do it. Do you understand? He's the president. And you know, even in taking major decisions, there's what we call presidential veto.
Of course, veto power.
Exactly. And then there are also another thing that is called executive order. If the president wants to take fast action, it doesn't that needs to go to the Senate and the House of Reps, and he desperately want to do this thing, he will ignore them. And but the Constitution allows it. That's what is called executive order. He can just decide to say, give the order, do something like that, and then take the action, and it's legally allowed.
Like the removal of subsidy.
Exactly. Or like when he said all those explorations, something extra on the northern Nigeria oil exploration, return it back to the treasury account. That is executive order number 9, and it worked.
Can you also do that for the subsidy so that maybe you can return it back to You see, things like that happen. So I'm just you know what I mean? You're just trying to.
Yes.
I said if the president can also use the executive orders to reverse the subsidies.
There are things that can be done easily. There are things that cannot be done just easily by mere statements. Do you understand? Every action, every decision has its own gravity and weight.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But what I want to say is that as we approach closer to 2027 election, I see a lot of changes in the body language and the action of the president, honestly speaking. As soon as something bad is done, he will proactively come out and make statement and give direction and give orders. Just like when one small boy was saying that Archbishop Onaiyekan should come and apologize. Quickly, the president and his mature team came together and said, no, let's get another chance and talk with those bishops once more. Do you understand? We don't know whether, I believe that he might have called, behind us, he might have called those aides to order. So that is the kind of reaction, proactive reaction we are expected to see from our leadership. You can see now I'm even referring to them as leadership. You can understand instead of saying rulership. Because the importance of a leader is to listen. But when you listen, do the right thing. Like we always say, we are not always here to condemn. We are here to point out where things are going wrong so that corrections can be made.
Okay, that is the essence of the morning show.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll be going on a short break, and of course, when we return, we'll go straight to the newspaper review. Go nowhere. We'll be right back after this time out.
I'm a member of the House of Lords in the United Kingdom, a former Minister for Energy and Climate Change, and a former Minister for Development. To all the listeners of PNB Television, it is wonderful to be able to reach out to you, to all of you viewers. Please listen and learn and take away lessons that will enhance your country, but wider the globe.
All right, welcome back to PNB Morning Show. This is where politics meets business and, of course, real issues take center stage. We're going to dive straight to the headlines and let's see what the newspaper has for us. Mr. Brian is still with me in the studio.
Yeah.
Mr. Brian, what are we expecting this morning?
Honestly, in all fairness, I expect to see.
I think there's a sharp decline in the killings and kidnapping.
Of course, there is a sharp decline, and we already commended effort of our military personnel, other security agencies, and then most importantly, the presidency for signing up to his expected mandate of ensuring the security of lives and property of Nigerians. But I think what we expect to see early this morning in most of our daily or in many of our national dailies is maybe things that has to do with the directives given by the president to the EFCC to go back and seek court order to defreeze the Osun State government account. Like I said earlier, this is a step in the right direction, and we are happy that President himself, leading the ruling party, knows that it's wrong for any agency of government to freeze a state government's account simply by virtue of it being an opposition party leading the state. Because all the reasons they say was that they noticed unwarranted movement of funds from that account to elsewhere. But they did not even define the point B of where the movement is, the movement of cash is going to. Thank you, Mr. President, for doing that. And we expect to see commendation from many of those national dailies today. We also
commendations.
Exactly. We also commendation or update, whether they have work on the directive of the president. We also expect to see to a certain degree the Bajamila and fake agency saga.
Because the ghost that has refused to rest.
This is one saga that many Nigerians we have been kept in suspense. We want to see an update on that also.
I listened to the chairman of the ICPC yesterday.
Okay.
And he said that as far as is concerned, that Adeyemi forged the papers.
Okay.
And most of the allegations were leveled against the Prince Adeyemi Matthew.
Okay.
And this same prince is saying, bring me out of custody, let me talk.
Let me talk. Okay, so we want to see.
I don't want to talk on any closed door, in any closed door meeting.
That is why I said we also expect to see much of this saga today. And we also expect to see some update on abduction and releases, if any, across Nigeria. You understand, whether it is in the north, whether it is in the east, whether it is in the south or west, we expect to see some of this. But we thank God that the frequency at which these abductions is taking place has been reduced, honestly speaking, has been reduced drastically. Before now, we used to see 4, 5, 6 cases across Nigeria. Here 20, here 100, here 200, here 5. It has been happening.
Even though we are still hoping that...
and we are still calling our government to exert greater effort in the fight and combating of insecurity.
Of course, in the rescue.
Nigeria. Yes.
In the rescue of those ones.
And then we also expect to see oppositions challenging the ruling party. And we also expect
statements from opposition parties?
Statement and action. Like what Atiku and Obi were doing recently, bringing out issues, particularly that has to do with economy, particularly that has mainly economic issues and
economic related issues.
Yes. So these are my expectations in today's dailies actually.
Let's get to see if your expectations will be explained or rather reviewed via the newspaper headlines.
Yeah.
The first newspaper, please.
Vanguard.
Yes.
How it makes zone operations from behind bars. And then 315 abducted Nigerians goods rescued in 24 hours. That is good.
Tinubu to EFCC, one of your expectations.
Exactly. Even the 35 abductees.
The freeze Osun account.
That is good. That is very, very good, honestly speaking. So for these papers to be carrying this, that means EFCC are already on their way, proceeding with the presidential directive. Yes. So these 300...
But there are those who will say, is the president not aware that his whole state salary account was frozen by EFCC? Because the EFCC reports to the president.
If you should know.
Is he not aware who actually ordered the freezing of the account in the first place? That's another question.
I don't think this is even a question. EFCC are operating on their mandate. What they didn't do is to follow the due process in implementing their mandate. Do you understand? Okay. And then the time factor, the timing of the action is also very, very controversial. That is why many Nigerians are thinking that government has a hand in it. And that is probably why the president said, hurry up and go and do the right thing. Start by freezing the account through the same channel you used to freeze the account. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Of course, the president knows that it is the salary account that has been frozen because you know and I know and other Nigerians know. So you shouldn't expect that the president doesn't know. He knows. And he knows that this is a stand on his integrity, particularly as we go closer to presidential election. And he doesn't want anybody to tarnish his image. Do you understand? He's trying to the best of ability to see that there's a level playing field for all political parties and all candidates.
Okay, Mr. Ibrahim, I still want to bring up this concern by some
Yes.
Nigerians.
Yes, of
15,000 policemen deployed, just one state.
It's 150. 150,000.
Is it 150 or 15,000?
150,000.
No, I think I got
Okay,
it.
okay.
Now,
After the show will confirm. I
Okay.
can even see that or confirm here.
Okay, no problem.
Mm.
But let's say thousands, large number of policemen.
Let's just say thousands of policemen and police dogs, not even ordinary policemen, including mobile police. The document I stumbled across mentioned it actually categorized.
Is your sister experiencing a war?
Eh?
Is there any? Are they expecting any red flag or any red?
No, for me, it's just an interpretation or practicalization of the statement that everything is fair in politics. That's my personal interpretation. I'm not saying you should take this one.
So why is El-Rufai still in detention? Can the president apply the same measure?
You are just taking the word out of my. I wanted to say, as I said, thank you, Mr. President, for doing the right thing, ordering the definition of the account of Osun State government. He should also see reason to consider certain other things that have been done in court.
And I said El-Rufai.
Probably.
Why the president also called ICPC and of course the DSS to release El-Rufai?
This is different, but that should have been also a step in the right direction. You understand? Because we are close, danger zone, to release El-Rufai close to 2027 election.
It's not obtainable.
I don't see it obtainable anyway.
Okay, there are those who will say, Mr. President, we appreciate you.
This is injury time. Well, you can know that injury time after you kill Ronaldo on the bench, at injury time, then you bring in Ronaldo or Messi. You are looking for trouble. I hope you understand.
Well, I'm trying to because there are those who will say we commend you for expediting action on the freezing of Osun State account. You should also do that since agencies report under you as the GCFR.
Yes.
You can as well mandate.
I don't want to relate
ICPC and the rest.
I don't want to
release
relate that
El-Rufai.
to this actually.
Anyway, these are it's beautiful for democracy.
Yeah.
How inmates run operations from behind bars. 315 abducted Nigerians rescued in 24 hours.
I believe this should be across Nigeria, right? Because
yes.
The statement is very, it's not specific actually. Prop, ICPC links 2 more fake agencies to IDM, yeah? 2 more. He's director general of 3 companies, 3 agencies.
But I told you that yesterday the ICPC chairman spoke and he has submitted his report and his findings over the case that borders on the alleged fake agency, saying that there are other agencies that Adeyemi is involved in form of in faking their documents. But there are those who say
these are still allegations.
Yeah,
but if it turns out to be true, I can't imagine the kind of mind that a person can have.
Let me say, Brian, my worry is this.
Then
the House of Rep gave a particular deadline to the Nigerian police to release him. I've forgotten the date exactly. And up to now, they've not released him for questioning. Only for Adeyemi to come out to say he will not grant any interview or any form of interrogation
behind us.
Let
it be public.
Let it be public. Probably he has a lot to say. And I don't think we've had much of that.
I'm afraid these are the kind of things that they put out in the situation that we are today. I'm just recalling the issue of the Boko Haram when it started. You know, they arrested the leader of the Boko Haram in those days. And then they prejudicially silenced him without getting him to say anything. You understand what I'm saying? I think if they're in a situation like that, persons should be allowed to speak. Yes, allow them to speak publicly so that we hear their side of the story.
Okay.
We won't allow APC return Osun to dark days. We won't allow APC to return Osun to dark days, says Adeleke. Inside Lagos warehouse, we are suspected fake Viagra are omeprazole, others are repackaged. That's why people are dying. Exactly. People will swallow drugs, they will enter bedroom and then die.
Haters
of course.
Haters of humanity.
I'm telling you, it has happened several times. Even recently, I read somewhere that one guy just entered hotel, he swallowed a drug, a pill, and then the woman just ran away and left him there.
What do you expect? Are you going to stay?
Honestly speaking, it's dangerous. And this is where we will call upon the name of that agency? NAFDAC, to please live up to the expectation of the people and to carry out their mandate efficiently and effectively. Please. There are a lot of fake drugs going around in our medicine stores and pharmacies these days.
Let's see the next news, please.
The Nation. Nothing to fear about said police. IG tells police officers. Nothing to fear about said police. IG tells police officers. Dangote leads US in aviation fuel supply to Europe.
I know there was this particular federal road or road in Osun State that was damaged by flood or something.
Okay.
And he's trying to fix it. Well, that is what he's doing. And we have President asks FCC to vacate order freezing Osun account. ICPC recommends a day trial.
Below this statement, you can see it, zoom it. I think it's the president's statement, I guess.
I feel deeply embarrassed.
You see?
By the timing of the agency's action.
You see? I see this, the president said that. It's embarrassing. Because he knows the Nigerians will interpret that as if he was the one that ordered the freeze. So
are we saying that honestly, there are some overzealous officers?
Exactly, to impress the presidency and working for you. That is why the other time I said there are so many actions being done by a certain group of people that you always ascribe it wrongly to leadership. Sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes, honestly speaking. Except if maybe this is another ploy to do abracadabra on Nigerians. So ICPC recommends Adeyemi's trial, sanction for culpable officials. Fake agency boss ran 2 other bodies. How he get federal government plate, please.
Number plates.
Number plates, okay. The producer doesn't like to be zooming subriders for us, so we have to be straining our eyes sometimes to get to see what's written below.
Let's switch our place.
The Guardian. How poor regulation shield oil firms and harms host communities. You see, sometimes
you can see oil spillage.
Yeah, sometimes it's very dangerous for resources to be discovered in communities, because by the time government and other illegal miners and explorers are busy raping your community, they will not even be doing as a corporate, as their social corporate responsibilities, even to begin to take care of those communities. You can imagine now. Look at their water. You cannot fish here. You cannot drink this water. You cannot even swim this water in this water. And both the companies and the government are not doing enough to cater for the well-being of the people living in those communities.
Okay, ICPC uncovers 2 more fake agencies in PFIPC investigation. The question is, we are asking, who are those? We have seen confessions from different quarters. Who is the marks behind the marks in all these fake agencies?
We cannot know, because
Adeyemi is allegedly working for somebody. He's just a DG.
So it can't be transparent, because he is demanding that he be allowed to talk publicly, and up to now we are only being fed information coming from behind the scene. Do you understand? Since that time, I've been saying that we want to hear his word. Let's see him on screen talk, being interviewed, being investigated. If you can invite the others to the floor of the house, why can't you invite him also to the floor of the house? Let him defend.
Exactly my point.
That is one. I look at the whole scenario, the whole saga as one-sided, honestly speaking. I'm not justifying whatever his actions are, but I cannot be quick in just judging him like that. We want to hear his part of the story, not the information we always hear from the newspaper as they were dashed to them by the powers that be.
Well, retired DSS officer arraigned for alleged IPOB membership terrorism support. And several judges.
Where? Which state?
And here in the FCT.
Retired DSS officer arraigned for alleged IPOB membership and terrorism support.
Okay. Several JS commanders feared killed as ISWAP Boko Haram faction clash in Bruno. Relief in Osun as opposition lawyers orders question EFCC's independence. Now you can see when I mentioned the word independence.
Relief in Osun as opposition lawyers and other question EFCC's independence.
So the EFCC is expected to be independent.
Exactly. Exactly.
I said it.
Yesterday, something occurred to me. Yesterday, I was thinking about something. I said, see, I haven't ever had EFCC freezing any government's accounts. They normally do that. They normally stay behind the scene and observe the activities of the governor. Because there is an immunity. The governor is immune to certain investigations. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
They will only come after him the moment he leaves office. You understand?
Yes.
And then they also say that they have been tracing this thing for the past 5 months. It has never happened that they will just freeze somebody's account, because we have never seen it on the pages of the dailies. Why this time around, just few days to election, and why? Why happening for the first time without following due process? Do you understand? Normally, you do it till the governor, you observe that he's supporting people's money, then wait. After he's no longer a governor, there's no any immunity over him, then you arrest him just like you are arresting other people, or you don't ask him questions. They did not do that.
Mr. Brian, one of the concerns here that has to do with...
And you are now saying you are independent.
One of the concerns, it's not even just that. There are those who also argue that the president should not even meddle in the activities of the EFCC. The EFCC is a financial crime commission that is saddled with responsibility to fight against any form of financial crime, regardless of who you are. That is the way the eye of the public is meant to see it. So there are those who are saying, oh, yes, freezing, and then somebody calling to say the freeze.
I don't agree with you. The president respect and image is very, very important.
I agree. No, your argument is valid.
If somebody is doing something wrong, you as the president and watching him, that means you support the action. No matter the kind of damage he will do to you as a leader. Do you understand?
You're correct, sir. Anyway, manufacturers seek 20% interest rates as funding crisis lingers. Okay? Sickle cell epidemic, tackling fake lab results.
This thing is really serious. So honestly speaking, you will go and do tests in almost 3 different laboratories. They will give you different results. And then, do you know why this is happening?
Quacks.
Our best hands have been allowed to japa outside the country because government cannot provide enabling environment for them to practice well. They have the skill, they have the knowledge, they have the expertise, but then there are no facilities, there is no welfare, there is no good allowances and salaries. Do you understand? And there's no even support system on which to practice. The environment is not enabling. So they have to run away, and we are now left with quacks. You will take 20 different that woman. They had to pay somebody to enter Nape, go and bring another nurse in another hospital to come, and within 5 minutes, she just like that and got and identified the vein. So I told the doctor, so all these your guys are fake, just like you. That's what I told him. He said, Baba, don't talk to me like that. I said, I believe you are a fake doctor. Because if you are a real doctor, you cannot fill your hospital with fake doctors, fake nurses and fake hospital, you call them auxiliary nurses or something like that. And let me tell you something. Later discovery shows that he was just a retired senior nurse, having a small hospital facility within the community. So what's the difference between me and calling him a fake doctor? So I think this one is a fault of the federal government. Government has to ensure that there's an enabling environment that promotes expertise, promotes practice, good practice for our doctors, for our teachers, for every sector of the economy, for every professional sector of the economy. Our good lecturers, university lecturers are jappering. Our doctors are jappering. Our engineers are jappering. You can find Nigerian engineers, aerospace engineers, even in Boeing.
And NASA.
Exactly. You can find them in car manufacturing. There's one particular Nigerian from Sokoto or from Kebbi. that he's a car designer of international repute. He's known all over the world. I think he's from either KB or something. I think President Goodluck Jonathan or Buhari, one of them invited him and then gave him Nigerian automobile something. I don't think he's even stayed. He went back again because the environment is not enabling for their practice. Okay. But that does not stop them from going abroad to be buying jeep worth billions of naira and collecting money and putting it in their homes have become even banks while the environment is rotting.
So are you saying some of our leaders have votes in their houses?
I've seen it now.
Alleged, okay. Next newspaper, please. This day.
Fake agency. ICPC absolves Bajamila 6 Adeyemi's prosecution. ICPC absolves Bajamila 6 Adeyemi's prosecution. Let's see, please zoom the radius below. Yeah, says suspects also floated FIPA and one other fictitious organization. Identifies collaborators in SGF. He was also, according to Adeyemi. Okay, the ICBC also identified collaborators, including the SGF, HOSF, head of the, what is HOSF? Okay, AGE, Accountant General or Auditor General of the Federation, Budget NIDA offices. Direct Tinubu to study the report and consult AGF before taking action regarding the findings. FRCS, how Fountain Agency listed Tinubu as board chair. This guy gets balls.
I'm speechless. Now, in deft move, Tinubu the right.
Okay, I think let's correct that misconception there. I think identifies collaborators means they identify collaborators in the office of the SGF, in the office of the head of service of the Federation, and in the office of the Accountant General of the Federation, and in the budget office and in NIDA offices. Do you understand? That is the statement.
Creating an agency is not akara. Such files will not leave the table without the final signatories of whoever is heading them.
You have forgotten the key. You have forgotten the key action. They said forged document.
That's why I'm telling you now. If you are going to create an agency, and they are saying documents were forged to create the agencies.
Before they identified that the documents were forged, the damage had been already done. It was later that it was discovered.
That's something.
Yes.
There's such a thing called due diligence.
It was all followed.
We all know this bureaucracy.
You are talking because I am not a civil servant. I am a civil servant. I'm talking from the mindset of a retired civil servant.
I'm coming, sir.
You may not know.
I may not be a civil servant, but I do know that files move from table to table and minutes are, and you minute on those things. As you get to those tables, they minute on them.
Sit down, I'll explain to you. You must understand. You know, these are the kind of areas
are you saying that
end up arguing you.
I'm coming. Are you saying that the heads of those different organizations are not aware? I'm asking.
In public service, sometimes you see files. Look at it.
Yes.
Officers holding files like that. Nobody sees files unless people that are directly connected to that activity within the file. And there are perfect expert forgers of signatures. So action can take place whereby only 3 or 4 people will know within that NGA. And it will pass. In Nigeria here, we have found ourselves in a situation whereby a civil servant, a particular civil servant in one set, has been signing gubernatorial signatures and then removing money in a ministry. I will not make the revelations here. It has happened in one of these northern states. So when they say fake, I don't find this thing strange. It's even good that it was discovered at a later stage. But at the next stage, at the initial stage, when we are doing these activities, it's not surprising it can pass successfully until somebody somewhere now identifies certain abnormality and then begin to blow the whistle, just like it happened in this case.
In some cases, it is when it has.
Yes. So don't be surprised if you are.
Must we get to this level for us to know that? Must we get to this level to know for complete and detailed forensic due diligence?
Why do you think some people are saying the worst corrupt people are not even the politicians? They are even the civil servants. I'm telling you. Politicians cannot do anything without the aid of the civil servant. They interpret the status book. They know the nook and crannies of all manner of corruption.
So you are one of
Sometimes
them. So as one of them, you were.
If I'm one of them, you cannot be seeing me like this now. So don't even try that. I'm just telling you.
On a lighter note.
From experience. You understand? I'm just telling you from experience.
But you didn't. Yes. You kept your files clean.
Let's continue the next paper. In debt move, Tinubu direct EFCC to unfreeze Osun account. Calls Adeleke expresses deep embarrassment over timing of the action. Thank you, Mr. President. Atiku ADC fault claim of anti-graft agency's independence. Urge President to order ICPC to free Rufai, just like you are predicting. since he can direct EFCC to defreeze Osun account, Atiku is also asking, please also, Mr. President, order the freedom of Rufai. Account party alleges plot to influence Osun Paul. Account party alleges plot to influence Osun Paul. Adeleke slams 2 billion naira suit against the EFCC.
Okay. After calling the EFCC to defreeze the account of the Osun State, the governor is also slamming suit.
Of course, because you have put citizen into psychological disturbances. Only God knows how many families stay hungry for the number of days that this money stayed under freeze and their salaries have not been paid. How many people lost their life in hospital because they cannot afford to pay hospital bills because their children or their wards are sick, and then somebody somewhere decided to freeze their account that supposedly to pay them their salary. Do you understand? So he has to pay damage. The FCC has to pay damage. For taking action without thinking properly, for embarrassing the personality and the image of the president also. Somebody has to pay. Yes, because agencies should work in accordance to books, in accordance to constitutional provision of the law and in accordance with their established mandate. You cannot go outside of your mandate and then try to bulldoze or brutalize or victimize people, trying to impress somebody. And the person that you are trying to impress is taking exception to your actions. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think Adeleke is requesting for 2 billion naira. I think it's too small, sir. She should have said 100 billion. They have money. You see FCC you are talking about. Should have been 100 billion.
Okay, Mr. Brian, we will get to know if they have the money or what the suit will fly or not. But let's see how it goes, because the president is intervening in all matters and, of course, trying to ensure we have a smooth.
We want to see smooth election. Nobody should tamper with how elections is being done in this country. Let Nigerians choose the leaders, governors, president, representatives of their choice. Do you understand? Nobody should try to be, just by virtue of the position you're occupying, to influence how election can take place. Yes. That's why I'm angry with the action.
Okay. Tribune.
I think it's almost the same thing. Legal luminaries speak as president stops EFCC.
All right.
NCOCG launches crackdown at Ibarra prison. What is NCOS? Nigerian Correctional Services. Oh?
Yes.
Okay, launches crackdown at Ibarra prison. Dangote refinery emerges Europe's largest jet fuel supplier, overtakes the United States. Bobo, this guy is scamming. ICPC uncovers 2 more fake agencies in PFIC probe. Submit interim report. Recommends Adeyemi's prosecution. Identifies collaborators in the SGF office, Accountant General's office, Budget office, NIDA. Says no funds approved. Appointment letter forged. Security operatives rescued abducted 5 Ogun students.
Mr. Ibrahim, I still don't want to. I have my reservations about this whole issue. Appointment letter forged. Venue having one of the finest offices at the Federal Secretariat. That one is also forged. A domiciliary account forged at the Apex Bank. I rest my case on this matter.
You must rest your case. You are behaving and thinking as if you are not a Nigerian, you are from another African country. You know your country very well. So I don't know why you are finding it very strange. You know your country very well. In fact, you know it better than me. Because you are from the south, you are from the north, you are from the east. Me, I'm only from the north. I haven't experienced life in the deepest in the other regions, but you have been everywhere. So I believe you know what you are saying. You should know it better than I do.
Okay, if you say so. Any other newspaper, please?
Osun freeze, account freeze, EFCC bosses first public fury as Tinubu reverse order. You see? The public is angry. I'm taking the public as a single entity. That's why I'm using the word is. The public is angry at the action of the FCC. That is why I say 1 billion, 2 billion suit is too small. Let it be 100 billion. So that next time they will not do this kind of nonsense. Police Service Commission releases 50,000 new constables to police for training. Police Service Commission releases 50,000 new constables to police for training. Health crisis. Legal short of 40,000 doctors. Yes, now why? You will have to go out now. Keep doing the wrong things.
Okay, another newspaper, please.
Break.
I think this is the last newspaper, which is Punch Sports Extra.
Samuel Agazi exclusive. Coming here to Glasgow, I told my coach I was going to win. I have done less before, and I didn't want to do that again. I wanted the goal, and I believed I could. This is coming from Samuel Agazi.
Okay, and that's we have that of the Falcons here. Falcons coach explains Oshuala's substitution, and Babajide releases POTM honor. Falcons, okay, leaky defense troubles Madugu. Okay, and we have USA to host Joshua versus Furious match. Oshima stays Turkey's highest paid. Okay. Well, I don't know, but the Falcons has qualified to the Super Falcons qualified to the knockout stage of the WAFCON based on the CAF head-to-head rule.
That's interesting.
So both the three teams there, got 6 points. But Zambia was ousted out, and Nigeria went scaled through with Malawi. Congratulations to the Super Falcons. We hope to see them, scale through the quarterfinals
and to retaining our cup.
Yeah, because this also the last 4 winners. We also automatically qualify for the Female World Cup.
That's good. That's good. If you imagine, okay, anyhow, anyway.
If you get to the semis, you have qualified.
Okay, that's good.
So, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. I can see that today's newspaper, the headlines were not too busy.
Of course, they are very engaging.
Yeah, not too busy.
And they capture some of our expectations, actually.
Of course, one story.
One
story dominated the headlines.
Exactly.
Which is the order from the president
for the freeze, to
the freeze the account of Osun State, salary account of Osun State.
Exactly.
We want to commend him for that fatherly effort and hope that he will extend it to the release of
other concerns.
Like Erufai.
Yes.
There are those who are also asking, okay, can't you replicate such? The likes of Atiku. He's saying that Erufai is in detention. Release him as well.
So that we'll have a very smooth 2027 election.
Exactly. But you said it's injury time.
What did I say? He said so that it should address also other concerns and release Erufai. I say yes, of course. So that we'll have a very smooth 2027 election. Okay. So what's wrong with my statement? You are looking at me some way, somehow.
Okay.
You always try to put meaning into whatever I say.
Mr. Ibrahim, I don't know. On the lighter note, thank you very much, honestly.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be going on a short break, and of course, when we return, we'll go straight to the first topic of the morning show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this time. Welcome back to Politics and Business Television here in the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Kenneth Chidi, and we're going to dive straight to the first topic of the morning show, which is a statement, or rather a caricature statement made by the chairman of the APC Governors Forum, Governor Hope Uzodimma, stating or directing that statement to one of the finest hip-hop musicians, Davido, saying that Davido should prepare to hire his dancing uncle in one of his music bands. This statement has, generated a lot of widespread concern, and of course, Nigerians are speaking out saying, is that statement expected or expected from a governor? And of course, he went ahead to say that Adeleke should expect imminent defeat come 15th of August 2026. Joining me right now in the studio to look at this very humorous statement made by a sitting governor to another sitting governor is Madam Mickey Atta. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Thank God it's Friday. Are you in that kind of a mood? I'm in a thank God it's Friday kind of mood.
Exactly.
The only thing I forgot. Okay, let me just take my permission from the moderator to let us flick back a little bit to yesterday. Chebi, we said it on this program. We said it repeatedly. Actions like this, there's going to be consequences. Didn't we? Okay. Now, shutting down, claiming EFCC shutting down the accounts of salary holders because of ecological fund. Now look at the embarrassment. No, it's now embarrassing. How will you explain? How will you describe?
Madam Mickey,
right.
Are you saying that the president should know something about the president?
He knew, not only the president, because we were all aware when Governor Adeleke shouted out, we put it in our news right here on Politics and Business Television, that attempts are being made to shut down accounts, government accounts, by the EFCC. He made the warning.
So why is the
shortly after the thing was actually done?
President saying that he feel embarrassed?
It is just to me. It's just embarrassing. It's ugly. It's not nice. It's not tidy. And we said it here. We told you there'll be consequences of these actions. So now, are you saying now that the thing was not, there was no movement of money, or are you now saying that it's not political? EFCC said we're not political.
They are just forgiven.
You are now in a position. Now, are you saying that, it's bad? So are you forgiving the attempted corruption? Since if you're saying it's an attempt at corruption, since money wasn't missing, it was just moving around. I mean, it's ugly, it's embarrassing. And we told you, we said it though.
But he said okay. Embarrassed now.
Well, I mean, it is embarrassing. It has
He
come out
feels
embarrassing.
He feels embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for him.
But look
Because it's
go to
embarrassing.
page 2. They are now saying that he should sign his ankle to dance in his musical band.
Oh, okay.
Davido should get ready to sign his uncle Adeleke. You know, Davido is the nephew,
Well,
Adeleke's nephew.
what happened was
And he
that,
should sign him as a dancer in his band.
okay, well, this was a
That
response.
statement, you know, honorable enough from a governor?
The statement is actually a response to what Davido had earlier said. Because the only thing is that you mentioned Davido by name. Davido did not mention anybody's name. He said, well, a certain politician from Imo State would like to ask you to please let the people of Osun State choose their governor. Let there be free and fair and peaceful election. Those were the words of Davido.
To quote him, he said, let no any politician outside of Osun State come and influence political decisions in
Osun State. And let the people of Osun State decide.
Exactly. So I don't see any reason why the chairman of the Governors Forum, just because you are using the, what is it called? The new top funds and other things, you find yourself in Osun and then start talking disrespectfully of a sitting governor. We know Governor Adeleke dances, but he was just behaving as a normal human being. He enjoys dancing. And for you to now call is it nephew or what?
Yes.
His niece.
His nephew.
To now enroll him because you are sure that he will lose political job. That is his exact word. Sign your uncle as a dancer in your band because I am sure he will lose his political job.
So is he
what I know is that
what is giving Uzodimma that confidence to say?
Even if Governor Adeleke loses his chance of being re-elected back to office, he cannot be enrolled by any Nigerian artist or any international artist as a dancer. He's way beyond that. And then there are people that make their money through genuine reasons.
Genuine methods.
Genuine means. You understand? So he cannot even now begin to talk to them to become dancers simply because he's a kind of person that like that. This is disrespectful. He's strong enough.
I came in here dancing. You even said, are you joining him? I came here dancing.
There are people that make their money through illegal means. You understand?
But what should worry me?
Politicians should watch what they say to one another.
What should worry us the most is that he's saying, Uzodimma is sounding as though he has the results. The election is done and dusted.
Yes, exactly, because he's very sure that he will lose the political job. And they know now, you know that was why his opponent the other time was trying to fight him because that 80 billion or 800 billion of this renewed top up. These are what they are expected, they are meant to work for. Do you understand? To force their way into power by all means possible. He even continued to say that his intention is to come and make sure that his party wins honorably. He's still responding to the statement by Davido. It's not bad.
All targeted at making sure that Bola Oyebamiji
of the APC,
the APC candidate,
yes,
by force should win the election. You understand? So these are just the rhetorics. But for me, I think like you said, I think it's gone a little bit too far. I prepared to sign your uncle as a dancer in your music band. How about? Both of you are governors now. Exactly. Okay, let's just say, oh, this and this and this. This is why we've been saying we Nigerians, we want issue-based campaigns. We want you to say,
my way I'm going
to. We want issue-based campaigns.
Issues.
No,
I was expecting Uzodimma as a governor to come out and
say
honorably as a
about
governor.
The APC. The APC is good. APC is a party to love. APC, elect APC, or maybe the man himself. Oyebamiji is wonderful. Oyebamiji is good. Try and have an alternative. Finish.
This is what we are going to do.
Besides,
when you get into power,
is Davido the one contesting? What concerns Davido to your response? He was trying to mobilize the youth, which was what he's in charge of mobilizing youth for Osun State. So for me, I found it was a little bit overboard.
You know,
it wasn't nice for a governor.
I tried to imagine. At the end of the day, the results are being pronounced and Adeleke wins the second time. The level and the magnitude of dance he's going to dance again to further annoy his critics.
We got to win, right?
Yeah, by the grace of God, if he wins, I can imagine the number of time and hours he's going to dedicate in dancing.
You know, I love to see him do his famous backsliding.
And somehow he uses dance even as a means of exercise. I've seen several videos.
I see nothing wrong in a human
nothing
being
wrong
acting a human being.
dancing. It shows
Governor Ademola Adeleke dancing in the public. Isn't that nicer than booking hotel and all the other things politicians?
Even older people like Obasanjo dancing.
Ones that you are doing behind, you don't know. Coming out to dance in public is beautiful.
And again, we're massaging your leg, and you now say it's AI.
Okay. We've been seeing them. You can't say, no, it's not me, it was AI. It was IA. Those ones. So this one that he comes out to dance, I mean, what about that? I like it. I'm always looking at where his video comes out. I watch them. I'm like, oh, okay. And it brings a smile to my face, actually.
So
can I always be very mournful, serious. Meanwhile, behind, oh God, you see what you're doing. We see it now. We're pressmen, just that we don't talk. We see them. Book the whole hotel with all the ladies.
One thing our politicians should be able to understand is that the way they address each other negatively is the way many Nigerians will be looking at them the same way. What bad statement you make against your opponent or your fellow colleague as a governor, tomorrow somewhere, somehow, somebody will say worse things against you. You understand?
Now, you
are expected to serve as leaders, to serve as examples. You are not expected to give bad precedents for younger one coming behind you.
Okay, as citizens of Osun State now, let me ask this question. What do you think? How would they receive this kind of comment from a man who is not also an indigent?
It depends on this. It depends on the Osun citizen allegiance, which party. There are people that will be happy with this, that Adeleke has been embarrassed. Especially people that are loyal to the. But for a right-thinking Osun person, it's an insult for somebody from somewhere to come and insult one of your own people, your leader. You understand? You lose this election, go back and become a dancer in a musical band. Not even go and become a musician by himself. No, a dancer. It's embarrassing, honestly speaking.
And the employee is prepared to employ him. So his employee is his young little nephew.
Yes, that's why I say it. That is why I said, even if he lost that election, he's too strong, he's too good to become anybody's dancer.
It was a little funny, but it was a little hard. It was hard.
It's laughable.
Prepared to sign your uncle as a dancer.
Adeleke was a one-time senator. He contested the governorship and not only lost, even though he was leading at some point towards the end. And of course, alleged political magic happened. He lost the first election, and the second one, he won the election. From the little I know about him, he's a very humble man that I'm very happy and cheering governor who understands, who try to blend all work and no play makes
Jack a dull boy. Well, I can tell you myself, I've interviewed both of them. Because when I was working at CRBC, they had the Southern Senators Forum, yes, which held, so we interviewed Governor, then Senator Ademola Adeleke. I've interviewed Senator Hope Uzodimma, who was the chair of the forum, as well as, the senator. So both of them were, mates. Once you get into the National Assembly, your colleagues. The Senate president is still a colleague to the next senator. So they were colleagues as senators and now colleagues again as governors. So I find it a little bit disturbing. I find it a little bit disturbing that you would say names. Yes. I'm saying your nephews get ready to.
All right. Before we wrap up on this very section of the morning show, my own take in this matter is that governors, especially political leaders in very serious and sensitive positions, to learn how to speak with honor. We have gone beyond, Nigeria has gone beyond a particular stage where we begin to sound like discordant tunes, like what we call cacophonies. This is not something pleasant, especially now that the country is being ravaged by insecurity, hunger, and the rest of them. We have a lot of issues we can talk. Tell the people what you want to do. Tell them what you have to offer to them. And not coming to make some kind of funny, sarcastic statement in the name of campaign. For me, it's unacceptable and it's not honorable at all. And I want to appeal to the likes of Governor Uzodimma to please refrain from such statements. not only him, other political bigwigs who are also in the habit of making statements that has a way of diminishing their personality and, of course, by extension, diminishing the image of the country, because there are those who are watching from the international scene getting to see a governor, not just a governor, a chairman of a particular forum speaking in this manner. I must say thank you, Mr. Brian Shaibu, and of course, Madam Mike, thank you. We hope that Uzodimma will listen to us, and probably other leaders, especially some of them that will come and tell us Nigeria is a poor country. We should go and the president can go on and borrow. That statement for me is one of the most annoying statements, and they continue to protest while you are chopping. Mr. Ibrahim, you remember that statement?
Yeah.
If you like protest, if you like go out and protest,
Yeah,
we will be sitting here eating and drinking.
That guy.
Senate President, God's will.
Akpabio. Okay, thank you very much. I
think I will write a book about statement from this, from leaders of this administration after they might have oozed out of power. There are so many statements coming from so many of them. Very, very, very heartbreaking, sad, and dangerous statements. So many of them have been uttered.
I hang myself on your point. Let them not make these unguarded statements.
Honestly.
Okay. Thank you very much. And we'll be going on a short break. When we return, we'll go straight to another very interesting topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this time. Community policing is key, to the fight against insurgency and insecurity in Nigeria. This statement is coming from Saad Abubakar Muhammad, the Sultan of Sokoto, the 20th Sultan of Sokoto, the throne that has lasted over 200 years, 2 decades.
Centuries.
Yes, I mean over 2 centuries, I beg your pardon. And of course, we know the Sheikh Usman Danfodio, who happens to be the foremost, or rather the first Sultan that transcends into what we have the 20th Sultan today. He's also have the 20th Sultan today. He's also a retired general, seasoned, well educated, born August 24th, and now 69 years old. And of course, went to Barewa College and so on and so forth. So looking at his profile, he's a man who has full knowledge about humanity, religion, and of course, security. Still with me in the studio to talk about the statement from our Sultan Abubakar Muhammad Saad is Mr. Brian Shaibu and of course, Madam Mickey Atta. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, community policing is key to combating insecurity.
Right. Let me just give a little chip of some of his peacekeeping operations for us to know that he's actually the best position to make this statement, because many Nigerians also feel the same way, but coming from a personality of his magnitude. And let me give you some background to what he has been saying. Peacekeeping operations, Chad. He commanded a battalion of peacekeepers during operations in Chad. He served as a commanding officer of something battalion during ECOMOG.
Yes.
ECOWAS, he served as a military attaché. He only retired after his senior brother, Sultan Machido, died, in an air crash in 2006. It was an unfortunate incident. And then he retired as a brigadier general in the army before taking up the position as the 20th Sultan of Sokoto. So he's in a position not only as a military officer trained by the Nigerian Defense Academy, he's also had hands-on peacekeeping missions internationally, not only in Nigeria. So I think a statement like that coming from him is actually stating what any other Nigerian would have loved to say, but is not in a position to have it magnified. So with a voice like the Sultan of Sokoto saying that, then I think the government needs to really place more emphasis. Funds, personnel, and everything was deployed to community policing, where the actual criminals are. The criminals are right here in the community. The criminals do not descend, come in, attack people, and what do they call it? Resurrect back up. They are right here in the community. So that's where to put in the funds. That's where to send in the personnel. That is where to send in where you deploy all these vans. What do they call them? Armored cars and armored tanks. Armored cars, armored tanks being used to bring Nnamdi Kanu to court is meaningless. Use them for the community police to move into the bush of that community and trace out the culprits and the bandits.
Madam, make it interest you to know that the Osun's election, just a few days from now, 15,000 policemen were deployed just for an election.
Right.
And there are those who be asking, are we, is Osun
declared war?
Declared their war, preparing for war. But before we go into that, let me ask Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian, now the statement from Saad Abubakar, Muhammad Abubakar, Sultan, and coming from a man with that kind of pedigree, and again try to marry it with the state police. Is the government actually already proactive ahead of this statement by creating the police? Is the state police in tune or in connection with statements like this?
Well, there's clear differences between community policing and state police actually. What the Sultan is referring to is a very close collaboration between especially youth in the communities, because all these insecurity challenges we are facing in Nigeria is undertaken by youth. Yes, ward head, district head, community leaders like that. This close association of people together, a synergy between them and the security agents and the military will go a long way into carrying this insecurity to a great length. We will have achieved greater success more than what we are achieving now. But relegating the communities back to the back seat and then just allowing the military and the police to fight this insurgency, even if we are going to achieve success, exactly, it will take us donkey years before we'll be able to make meaningful impact of curbing insecurity. That's what the Sultan is saying. Particularly, the point that he made that I find very interesting is that he said there's a very close link between security, justice, governance, and livelihood of the citizen. Get these youth involved. Let them be part of the system that works against insecurity. Empower them. You understand? Give them protection so that they will be part of you. They will go along with you, show you the nooks and crannies where these criminals are hiding and their plans. You understand?
And also protect them. Because by the time, these criminals identify, is this youth group that's busy leaking all our secrets, they too are now vulnerable. So you can help.
There's something I tried, yes, sorry to cut you. Right. But there's something you said, even when I asked you that question about the state policing, and you went ahead to also mention the youth that has ownership of environment.
Exactly.
And as such, they can provide credible information. Intelligence gathering that can help to combat crime in either. Now, if they were to employ, are they also going to employ those youths into the state police? Yes,
if the implementation of the state police became unavoidable, that it must be done. Most of these youth in the communities should be part and parcel of the employment strategy of the state police. I told you, there was a time we were having a lot of criminals in Kaduna, particularly in area where I now live, that is called Rigasa. What Rufai did was to be able to identify the most dangerous ones among them. Exactly.
And flashpoints as well.
Individuals. And the ones that have the tendency of being attracted by these ones, they could gather them together and then employ them as what we call cadvis today. So many of them have been is it right to use the word reformed? Some of them have become reformed. They are now fighting criminality within the society. And as a result of that, this particular area I'm talking about, even in daylight, in those days, you cannot be passing with your handset in your hand. Somebody will snatch it away. All these are overhead bridges now. They have become deserted because the moment you climb up to cross the road, somebody somewhere will be hiding to snatch your bag, particularly women. Slap a woman, drag the bag. And
all they did, because that was another flashpoint, was to go and cut down the trees, cut down the grasses, cut down all the hiding points were all cut down. How about the individuals that were involved in it?
They were not cut down as well.
exactly.
So they'll just migrate further back.
So this is a good initiative.
Very good initiative.
Very good
And you've now incorporated
Exactly.
the youth. Because as Nigeria is now, all we get, the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. The youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
You cannot say you are
and this tomorrow we have never seen. You keep on recycling your same selves. The only time you remember the youth is when there's an international sports event. The ones in Nigeria, if you're on your own, or on your own, is when there's international event. Okay, you remember this youth. Oh, this one knows how to run. Oh, this one knows how to.
Or during election, when you want them
to snatch ballot paper and then to attack people and to attack. Immediately after now you've deployed 15,000 people. You've also deployed hoodlums. You're also deploying hoodlums who are going to attack voters and all that kind of a thing. Immediately at the day after, you switch off your phone to those same people that you engaged.
Please allow me to explain the last statement of the Sultan about the link, the very wonderful link between security, justice, governance, and livelihood of the citizens. You see, you cannot begin to be using the military and the police all the time in fighting against insecurity, while you know that this insecurity is being carried out by the youth. Then you also expose the youth to poverty, lack of education. You understand? Difficult livelihood. So improve their standard.
Difficult, there be no means of livelihood.
No means of livelihood at all.
I have not heard the word job creation inside government. I don't hear it.
No,
we don't hear it.
It's non-existent.
We saw a video footage yesterday in Lagos.
Thank you. I was
when our youth are trying to break an innocent citizen with
just for bread,
or just to give them 500 naira.
Sultan of Sokoto is commendable, highly, not only commendable, it's highly recommendable for the government to really rejig